It's a reality. Iron Mike will return to the boxing ring this November 15th, 2024 to face the problem child Jake Paul in an exhibition match where they will split $80 million. The fight will be broadcast live on Netflix, so 300 million Netflix subscribers can watch it for free on the platform. The fight will take place at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, home of the Cowboys. Undoubtedly, the match has generated a lot of expectations, and many are calling it not only the fight of the year, but also the fight of the decade. Will it live up to the hype? The fight of the year. Many have criticized the fight as just a show where both fighters will walk away with a nice sum of money, as Mike Tyson is already 58 years old, and few thought he would even pass the requirements to fight. On the other side, we have Jake Paul, a young influencer passionate about combat who confessed to being a big fan of the legend Mike Tyson. Paul started boxing as an amateur in 2018, winning his first fight in 2020 against another YouTuber. However, Jake Paul has fought on different occasions, with 9 wins, 6 of them by knockout, and only 1 loss by split decision. As for Mike Tyson, we could say a lot. If you're a loyal follower of the channel, you already know much about his career. In summary, he closed his career with 50 wins, 44 knockouts, and 6 losses. Statistics before the fight. Although Jake Paul is the favorite to win the exhibition due to his age of 27, 6'1" height, and his nickname Problem Child, Mike Tyson is the sentimental favorite. He returns to fight after his retirement in 2005. Mike Tyson stands at 5 feet 10 inches, weighs 215 pounds, and has the well-earned nickname Iron Mike. He's determined to prove there's still a beast waiting to be unleashed. According to ESPN BAT, Jake Paul is the favorite, but only by -260. This promises a real challenge for our Iron Mike. Rules for the fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. Though Jake Paul and Mike Tyson are set to give fans a great, genuine spectacle, certain rules have been established that have shocked some, especially concerning safety. First, the gloves will weigh 14 ounces instead of 10, which significantly reduces impact. Some may see this as an advantage for Jake Paul, but on our channel, we know that 1 punch from Iron Mike is worth 6 from Jake. Another unusual rule for this match is the round duration, set at 2 minutes instead of 3. This rule, typically seen in women's boxing, wasn't well received by fans. However, it could be an advantage for Iron Mike, who hasn't been in a real fight in nearly 20 years, allowing him to manage his physical condition better between rounds. Another rule for the Tyson vs. Problem Child fight is that it will last only 8 rounds, a regular duration for Jake Paul's matches, although his fight with Nate Diaz went 10 rounds. What do you think of these rules for the fight? Do they favor Jake Paul or Mike Tyson? Before the fight. The rigorous tests Mike Tyson underwent before the fight were public and notable, as many doubted his comeback at 58. However, Iron Mike passed all the physical requirements and announced that he would start rigorous training to face a Jake Paul 30 years his junior. For many, it's undeniable that Tyson's last fight in 2005 was a disappointment, and even Iron Mike himself admitted he was tarnishing boxing's name with his performance, apologizing to fans who bought tickets.
Right now, a rugged round for Mike Tyson. That was a terrific right hand to the body, and another one. He leaned on Tyson. He sapped his energy by putting all 270 pounds on him, holding him against the ropes. He's having difficulty.
This night will be one of redemption, as we'll see a 58-year-old Mike Tyson eager to show what he can still deliver. If I were Jake Paul, I'd be afraid of the beast that's been caged for nearly 20 years. We saw Mike's eagerness to face Jake Paul when Paul stepped on him during the weigh-in, and Tyson responded with a slap that left the problem child stunned.
Ladies and gentlemen!
Before Paul could react, security had already separated them. Also, before the Mike Tyson vs. Jake Paul showdown, there were several thrilling undercard fights, notably a women's match between Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. It was an incredible display of technique and passion for boxing. Round 1, Mike Tyson entered the ring with great composure, very serious in the ring. He took half the time Jake Paul did. The referee explained the rules and the prohibited blows. Gloves touch. Mike Tyson quickly went on the offensive, forcing Jake to the ropes, but Paul managed to escape swiftly. Both fighters studied each other, trading jabs, but Jake Paul appeared more nervous, stepping back and hesitant to strike. However, he had greater agility, making it difficult for Iron Mike to keep up. There was an exchange of punches, with both connecting, and the first round ended.
De Mike Tyson. El movimiento de cabeza de Mike Tyson va a ser el primer
campeón mundial. Solamente hay
Paul le sacudía las neuronas a Mike Tyson. Jake Paul, 30 años de diferencia. Hay estados.
Round 2. We overheard Mike's coach advising him to keep his guard up and try to close the distance with fewer moves. The bell rang and Paul came out more aggressively than in the previous round, but Mike held his ground, trading blows with Paul. When Jake felt threatened, he clinched Iron Mike to prevent further damage. In a short round without much action, the bell rang and they returned to their corners.
Dando la oportunidad a Jake.
Bien, ahí la cachetada.
Ahora un poquito más relajado ya.
Bien, excelente la defensa. Todavía se...
Le molestaba ahí en
Sí, ¿verdad? El guante.
buen golpe al cuerpo. Primero que sí, el movimiento de cintura sigue ahí Ricardo con los movimientos en diagonal que utilizaba para tratar de encontrar esos ángulos.
Round 3, Iron Mike came after
Iron
Paul
Mike
with a
busca a
powerful
Paul
left that
con un
connected but didn't
potente
seem to cause
izquierdazo
much
que logra
damage. He
impactar,
continued
pero
closing
no
the distance
parece
while
haber
Jake
hecho
Paul
mucho
moved
daño.
around the ring.
Sigue con su
Jake managed to
estrategia
land
de
a
cortar
series of jabs to
distancias,
Mike's face,
mientras Jake
though
Paul
they
se
didn't
mueve
phase him.
alrededor del
Nonetheless,
cuadrilátero.
there were concerns
Jake
about the
Paul logra
long-term
conectar una
impact.
serie de
Jake appeared to find a strategy to defeat Mike, landing short, repeated jabs that forced Mike to cover and back away.
Sí, definitivamente. Ahí se quedaba con la escopeta cargada. Mike Tyson bien conectando las combinaciones por parte de... Sigue conectando los mejores golpes en este tercer asalto por parte de Jake Paul.
Molesta en el guante izquierdo.
Tiene que ser una de las...
Quedaría Jake Paul hasta dándole espacio para respirar.
Round 4. According to the commentators, Mike was advised to throw more rights. Unlike the first 3 rounds, he didn't rush in, waiting for the perfect moment to go all out on Paul. Tyson was nearly static this round, barely pivoting to keep his guard facing Jake Paul. It was clear the years had taken their toll, and his speed was no longer the same.
Mike Tyson en los primeros 3 asaltos. 4 golpes. Bien las combinaciones.
Disminuyendo con los años, Ricardo.
Edad Mike Tyson no es lo mismo.
Another round ended, with Jake Paul indisputably winning. However, he appeared more tired than Tyson. Could this be Iron Mike's moment to strike? Round 5. Round 5 felt like the first, as Jake Paul came out more confidently, landing continuous jabs on Tyson, targeting both the head and body. But Mike's guard remained solid despite his age. Paul landed a strong left to Mike's body, but Tyson countered with a right to Paul's chin, which didn't do much damage, prompting Jake to stick his tongue out mockingly.
Buscando el ángulo.
Sigue buscando bien las combinaciones por parte de... Creo que Tyson llegó, fue solamente por... Ojo, el cheque, ¿eh? Es lo que aparece.
Every now and then, Mike attempted a jab or a right hook, but he couldn't do much damage against an energetic Jake moving freely around the ring. Round 6, Tyson came out with his guard up, showing better footwork and defending excellently against Jake's early hits. Before the 10-second mark, Mike tried to lunge at Paul with a jab and a right, but Paul managed to step back in time, avoiding serious damage. As the 7th round approached, with only 2 rounds left, would Mike attempt to go all out?
Todos los días.
You want to see him use the jab more.
Of course, it's the most important punch in boxing.
Ahora. Estrategia.
Round 7, Tyson opened with 2 solid shots to Jake Paul's face, but Paul held his ground and got into a defensive stance, ready to counter. Mike responded to a Paul strike with a solid punch to the face, but then retreated to his guard, waiting a bit longer. "Come on, Mike!" could be heard around the stadium, encouraging the champion who was putting up a valiant effort at 58.
Bien, simplemente con el jab. Esperábamos.
Y Paul le está dando la oportunidad también.
Bien, las combinaciones una vez más por parte de Jake Paul buscando el upper de derecha. Y
Round 8. The final round, and Mike knew it, but it was Paul who attacked with a barrage of jabs, connecting a few. Mike continued defending, but some shots slipped through his guard.
Se pone en distancia suficiente para poder conectar a Paul.
Va a ser una victoria moral si es que termina de pie.
Para terminar con más daño en el guante de...
Jake Paul bowed to Mike, who managed to finish standing in the ring, and at the bell they touched foreheads, exchanging a few words. Unofficial scorecards indicated Mike won only the first and second rounds, with Jake Paul taking the rest for a final score of 78-74 in favor of Paul. The fight of the year? Undoubtedly, it was a fight that left Iron Mike fans wanting more damage from their champion, but he managed to finish standing against a 28-year-old young promise with a long road still ahead of him.